Hello everybody. How is everyone today? Just sending this out to people. Well, hello Kevin, I just sent you one. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hello, Vicky. How are you doing? Happy New Year to everybody. Let me turn down my music. I hope 2022 finds everybody doing well. Sending out vibrations of abundance and good health and joy to everybody. I was going to talk about something, and I can't remember what I was going to talk about. I have to start writing this stuff down, for real. For real! So, I'll talk about this. It's not real, first of all. I think he would be more like a bear because it's really big, and I just put it on my chair, you know, because I made it my throne. Do you like it? It's my throne now. I got a furry throne. I deserve it. Okay. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Okay, so we're going to talk about this year and how this year, 2022, equates to 6. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, right? So this year is a 6th year. And in the tarot, the 6 is the Lover's card. Now, you know, in a normal reading, when people get a normal reading, and especially if you're getting a romance reading and the Lover's card comes up, that means that, you know, there's a very good chance that you are going to meet up with your partner in crime. You are going to partner with someone romantically, or someone that follows the same path of joy and passion that you do, something like that, right? But for this year, the Lover's card, I believe, means something a little bit different. Hello, Snapple. Means something a little bit different. Well, to me, anyway. To me, the Lover's card is really representing the duality in each one of us. I'm not going to say positive and negative, and I'm not going to equate those to light and shadow. But the duality between in each one of us, right? I mean, introverted and extroverted, you know, things like that. And for me, the Lover's card is really representing that. And for this year, 2022, I feel as though the card is representing getting to know oneself and really falling in love with the person that you look at every day in the mirror, that person that you see every day. You know, really getting to know our ins and outs, the things that we don't like about ourselves, the things that we do like about ourselves, what we honestly want to improve upon, what do we want to let go of, you know, things like that. Things to fall in love with ourselves, really learning about ourselves this year. This year really, to me, seems like a learning year. And so when we talk about the Lover's card, for me, it also represents self-love and self-care, showing self-love by presenting yourself with self-care. And self-care doesn't mean manicures and pedis and massages and all that. I mean, those equate to that too. But, you know, self-care can be just as much as waking up and taking 10 minutes to yourself, and sitting down and meditating, or just taking that longer shower. You know, all of those things are self-care as well. We need to remember those. So anyway, so this year, and I know that there was more I wanted to say about it, but I can't remember what the hell I wanted to say now. This year is really representing a duality to me, and it's representing, you know, the yin and yang in all of us, and really getting to know each one, loving each one, and letting each one flow together instead of fighting, do I have to be this or do I have to be this? I think that also it represents to me the realization that labels are not necessary. There is no necessity for labels whatsoever. I mean, unless you want to label yourself, go for it. But for me personally, it is really starting to represent the coming together of the two, and the fact that I don't need a label to describe me. I don't need a title to describe me, although I have one. I don't need that to describe me. And part of that, I believe, is part of making the yin and yang flow together. The not, well, I have to be this versus I want to be this. Why can't I be everything? Why can't I be anything? Why can't I be nothing if I don't want to be that day? You know, I mean, that's what the Lover's card is starting to represent to me. The Lover's card is meaning something very different to me these days. Following that path of self-love, but following the path, the life journey path that I want to lead, with love and compassion for myself and grace for myself if I screw up, you know, when I screw up. So that's what the Lover's card is really representing to me. I want you to think about it. We're in a 6th year. I want you to think about it, and, you know, if you have a tarot deck, great. If you don't have one, look online and find a picture of the Lover's card tarot. You'll come up with many of them. And really look at that picture and let it resonate with you. What does it mean to you? Does it talk to you about self, or does it talk to you about finding that caring connection, you know, that connection in general, out of love and passion? And it doesn't necessarily mean a person. It can mean a place or a thing, a job, a passion for something that you're doing, something like that. So these are all things to remember when we talk about the Lover's card. And I fully believe that 2022 is going to be a huge, huge learning year. Hello, Miss Runa. How are you? Happy New Year to you. I'm going to, since we've got a minimal amount of people jumping on today, I just talked about the number 6 and how the Lover's card represents our number 6 and what that means to me. And I believe that people should really look at that card and think about what it might mean to you. What dreams, what passions do you want to follow? Learning year, remember. And when we learn, most of the time, well, a lot of times for myself, I learn by making mistakes. I screw up and then I learn. You know, I research and I learn things like that. But most of my knowledge in life is from doing dumb shit, to be quite honest with you. So learned a lot of lessons the hard way. All right, so Runa is still on, and Kevin, you're still on. So if you guys want a card, let me know. We're gonna do this, and then I'm getting back to work. This Pisces moon has got me very creative right now. Pisces moon is the opposite of my Virgo sun. I woke up at 3:30 this morning. I could not go back to sleep to save my life. I came down to my desk, and those that know me know how much I love organization. And so I went in my OneNote and I found all kinds of documents from all over the place that I started organizing in my OneNote, Microsoft OneNote. Dropping it. I love it. And it made me feel so good. And not only did it make me feel good, it made me want to continue to do more. So after this, I am going to hit that back up again. All right, Kevin, you need general advice. You need directions from your peoples. Hold on one second. I think Runa put one in there. Okay, Miss Runa, you will get one as well. All right. Okay. Oh, today I was going to play with pendulums too. You know, I am teaching a class in February on pendulums, how to use them, how to find your pendulum. Really, it finds you, but how to know when it is finding you, how to cleanse it, how to bless it, how to make sure that it is working with the light, because you don't want certain things to come through, things like that. Well, sometimes I want certain things to come through, but that's because I practice the other side as well, as you know. I practice I practice chaos magic as well as light magic. Let's just put it that way. All right. Okay. All right, Kevin, I'm going to give you first. General advice. Let's draw you a card today. We'll go from there. All right, Kevin, there is something about the riverside coming through for you. Almost like I can see you sitting on a riverbank, you know, at the side of the river and just kind of watching the water flowing and feeling you at ease as that's happening. Kind of reminiscing as well during it. So, all right. Okay. You got the Four of Swords in reverse. When the Four of Swords comes in, Four of Swords talks about using our subconscious aspect, hooking in with our dreams, things like that. The swords are air, and that air is mind, it's intellect, it's ideas, it's also communication. So think about it this way. I mean, we can communicate ideas. Our dreams communicate to us through our minds, right? So when the Four of Swords comes to me in reverse, this kind of tells me it's almost like opposite, because the Four of Swords upright is getting that rest, hooking in with your subconscious, so kind of going inward. For me, then, the Four of Swords reverse on this one means an awakening, relieving a blockage. Maybe that's what that river is about. Maybe that river is about making sure that those things just flow away, allowing that flow to happen of release, versus it has to be released, you know, fighting it and kind of arguing with ourselves about why haven't I released all that yet. Because this is coming to me in reverse, to me it definitely seems like an awakening for you. It definitely seems like some reality is coming your way. I don't necessarily see it as harsh reality, but I think it is actually you waking up to the reality of what's going on in your life, versus like Pisces, the dreamy Pisces, you know. Just know that even reality, you know, it can be hard, but you got this. You got this. If that reality does start coming to you and you know you need to talk, you can always reach out. All right, Miss Runa, let's see what I got for you today. Alright, well, that would be yours. Miss Runa, I have the word misfits coming through for you. Hold on, let me pick up this card. I have the word misfits coming through for you today. I love you too, Kevin. And you have the Seven of Wands coming into play. That Seven of Wands, you know, talks about being on that defense, you know, standing your ground, definitely standing your ground, but also feeling as though you're kind of being pushed in a corner and you have to defend yourself, defend what you're believing, what you're thinking, what you're perceiving, things like that. And because it's fire, one of the things that I want to remind you of is, you know, sometimes that fire can come in. I'm here part, you got some Leo in you too, right? Sometimes that fire can come in and really cause a lot of anger, right? So you being on the defense is a very big trigger for you. And please acknowledge how you approach that, how you choose to respond to feeling as though you are on the defense for, and I believe it's a way of being, a way of thinking, things like that. Runa says, I gave the Viking a Yule gift with a card that said, thanks for being a misfit with me. Oh, I love that. So you two are the two misfits, definitely. And I say that with much love. So when this card is coming to you, hello, Painted Goddess. When this card is coming to you, please remember it is okay to stand your ground, but take a breath, don't react, respond. Allow the tension to calm down just a little bit before you respond. You know where you want to stand. You know how you want to be. You know what you want to do. You don't have to fight for it. Maybe you don't have to argue with somebody and say, well, this is right. You know, you don't. One of the things that you can do is just say, peace out. And whoop, you don't even, that could be your response, you know? Sometimes that's better than saying anything. Sometimes it's a lot more fun when you do that. Keep people wondering. So I hope that resonates with you. Painted Goddess, do you want a card? How are you feeling today? I hope you're feeling a little bit better. I was just telling everybody about the Pisces moon and how it literally woke me up at 3:30 in the morning, and I've been awake ever since, and I've just been creating and taking care of myself and giving myself some self-love. This morning, oh my God, finally, I've got to tell you, this morning, finally, after, what has it been? November, December, it's been, we all want 2 cards. Well, maybe you'll get them. It's been about 6 weeks, I guess, since I had my surgery, and finally for this morning, I was able to do a yoga routine. I've not been able to do it. I've had pain every time I try and do certain things. And so it was really, really nice to be able to do my asanas and just go through the entire routine and meditate and take a deep breath and all of those things. It was just fucking fabulous, and I feel amazing today. Amazing. I think I'm finally back on track, but it could just be this Pisces moon. Tomorrow I might just want to sleep all day. Who knows? Some days I only exist, and then other days I actually get out of bed and live. So you never fucking know with me, to be quite honest with you. All right. Painted Goddess. What are you going to get today? Painted Goddess. Are you getting flowers? I am hearing red roses. Red roses. And you know roses are like one of my favorite flowers. but I'm seeing dark red roses, and I can see the petal, and it's so beautiful and soft. I wouldn't be surprised if you get some flowers. All right, let's see what you got. All right, you got the Ten of Cups in reverse. So that does not mean an unhappy home, and it does not mean being sad. It could mean that, you know, you're a little bit discontent right now, but for you, I think the only reason that you might be discontent right now is because you're not feeling well. And for you, when you're not feeling well, you can't be creative, and you create 24/7. And so that discontention might actually lead into the surrounding family. So when you feel yourself really starting to get aggravated like that, or just really not wanting to be in your skin, or not wanting to be where you're at, go lay down. Go make yourself a nice cup of hot tea and separate yourself and go and lay down. Oh, you dreamt last night that you were buying flowers for the garden. Oh, that's awesome. Well, make sure you buy some red roses for that garden. So I want you to know that the house might feel upside down for a little bit. You know, the happiness in the home might feel upside down for a little bit, but it's not anything that is not going to be remedied. It's not anything that's not going to be fixed. We all know that you're kind of the anchor of that space. So when you're down, chaos comes in and kind of takes over. But don't let that make you get up and do shit. You need to be down right now. You need to be taking this time for yourself. So you need to be loving yourself. Okay? All right? So take this time for you. All right. I'm going to draw one last card. And this will be for the collective, which is all of you. And this will be for... what do I want it for? This is my first live since the new year. Huh. Okay. I think what I want this collective card to be for is what energies to bring into 2022, what energies to be aware of in 2022, things like that. You know, it's not toxic. Any energy that you get is not toxic energy as long as you have your plan of response in action. How am I going to respond? Not react. How am I going to respond? So let's see what this card reads. All right. I kind of like this in reverse. We got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And we know that this Eight of Pentacles represents Earth. And you know, the whole Capricorn thing, I get it. Represents Earth, all right? But when Eight of Pentacles is Eight of Pentacles upright is about that hard work, right? It's about working. It's about getting your ass going, hitting those goals. But it is about hard fucking work. It's not about, oh, I think I'm going to do this or that. It's about really getting into the grindstone, all right? So when this comes to me in reverse, like I said earlier, I really believe that 2022 is going to be a learning year for everyone. A year, especially with the Lovers card, a learning year. A year to learn how to love yourself, how to set your boundaries, how to give self-love to yourself, how to help recognize and heal yourself, right? So because this Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, this is kind of telling me, and because I think this is a learning year, this is kind of telling me that we all this year, instead of physical labor, getting out there and kicking ass, we're going to be doing some inner work. There's going to be, I believe that there's going to be introspection happening. And I believe, look, I'm getting goosebumps. Okay. I believe that 2022 is going to be a year of awakening, even more so than some have already done. But I believe that this is going to be a year of getting in touch with ourselves, of really doing that work on self to create that stable foundation underneath our feet, to really get that path lined for the way that we want to go, the direction in our life that we want to go. And I think that, wow. I think the Eight of Pentacles is saying it's time to work on our inner selves, right? Like, you know, we spent 2020 and 2021 working on our houses, getting shit ready physically, all those things, you know, doing computer work, building a fucking website, like all that stuff. And now I really think that this year is going to, hopefully, for Pete's sakes, you know, with everybody working on themselves and waking up, I hope that people really learn how to not only love themselves, but when you can actually love yourself unconditionally for all your screw-ups and all your amazingness, you can love unconditionally. Think about that. So when we work on ourselves in the year of 2022, creating our stable foundation of unconditional love and forgiveness and healing for ourselves, we also learn how to love others unconditionally and how to receive that love in return. You know, we also learn how to understand other people's love languages, how to know that, you know, when this person brings me a cupcake, that's them thinking about me and showing me love. It's just that simple. It's the little things that we see, the little things that we recognize. And the more that we work on our self-love and our self-healing and the unconditionality of all of that, the more we open our eyes to those small gestures of kindness and compassion and grace and love, and the more we can receive them, and then the more we can practice them. What we take in, we put out tenfold, you know? So I really think that this year is going to be a great year for the people that are ready to do the inner work. And I really think this year is going to be a year of awakening. And I see a lot of people kind of coming together on one path, like one direction, and really creating kind of a strong community in that one directional path. And I'm hoping that that is towards healing and love. So, anywho, that is my prediction for 2022, or the energies rather that we should take into 2022. Also, the energy to be aware of in 2022 is overworking oneself, substituting physical work because you don't want to pay attention to the inner work that needs to be done. You know, focusing on the outer versus the inner. There has to be a balance, of course, but get ready to learn about yourself this year and get ready to love yourself this year. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll see you next Thursday. The circle is open but unbroken until we meet again, my darlings. I love you all. Bye-bye.